You got to start exploring. You have to start putting yourself in different spaces. Y'all, let me tell y'all something for real. Stop driving to and from work the same way every day and never taking a detour. Because your brain is on autopilot. You're not even conscious of other things. Take a different route to work. Take a different route home. Go drive through that neighborhood. Go see something different, right? Like just put yourself in a different environment. But if all you do every day is go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, live for the weekend on Sunday night, hope on Monday you can't wait to get till Friday, you're not really living. So it's hard for you to channel yourself into new intentions if you're not putting yourself in new spaces, right? For example, if you've never been on the other side of town, why don't you go on the other side of town? Just go. Go see something different. Go shop at a different store. Go even look at something different, right? Fellas, if you've never gone into a custom tailor shop, why don't you go to one? They don't charge you to come look in a store and look at the threads and put together you an outfit. But my point is with intentions is that with intentions, it's hard to start dreaming again if you're not going to put yourself in new environments. All right. So when I say open up your eyes, the first one I mentioned was insecurities. This second one is your intentions. Let me give you the third step to opening up your intentions. So first, you got to start being honest with yourself when it comes to your intentions. You got to start asking yourself, what would I want to do? Where would I want to be? The second step to building your intention is you got to start getting into different environments and meeting new people and going different places and explore life. Do you realize when we have children, we let them play multiple sports? We let them try different things just so we can find out what they are, and then we become adults and we only go on one way for the last 40 years of our life. What sense does that make? Why haven't you gone somewhere else, met some new people, tried something different, right? That's how you build your intention. The third part of intentions is most important. I think the next thing you got to do if you really want to start building your intentions and opening up your intentions is you've got to start writing things down and putting foot and action to plan. All right. One step after the other. Okay. One step, not the 10th step. See, I think part of my problem used to be I would look at something I wanted and look at other people's end result. And then I would back out because I'm like, well, my start don't look like they end result. That is the dumbest thing we can do, y'all, when it comes to our intentions. You do realize that the things that you dream for, that you want, that you desire to happen in your life next year, if you're looking at other people's current end result for what they've put time, heartache, blood, sweat, and tears into, and you ain't even started yet, and you're looking at yourself going, well, mine ain't theirs, y'all, you'll never even start because you're basing your start on someone else's end result. That's not smart. So if you're going to open up your intentions, you've got to foot and action to what's on the paper and the plan and take one step. There is not one set of flight of steps that you can get all the way to the top without taking the first step first. Take the first step. The first one. Forget the others. Take the first one. And trust and believe in yourself that you'll figure the rest out. All right? So opening up your eyes. All right? So the first opening up your eyes I mentioned was insecurities. You got to be honest about your insecurities. You got to start dealing with those things because they're stopping you from believing what you can have right now. And more importantly, what you can achieve next year in 22. The second opening up your eye is intentions. I gave you 3 steps about dealing with your intentions. This third one is really important. So I want you to open up your eyes for real. I want you to open up your interest. I suffer from being a meat and potatoes guy. All right. So when it comes to food, right, I am a meat and potatoes guy. When you hear that saying or that phrase, many of you know what meat and potatoes means. Like if you everything that Chris wants to eat is just meat and potatoes. Don't try to add something new. Like I have a one-track mind when it comes to my food. I don't care what restaurant we go to. I'm eating the same thing every time, right? I'm eating the same thing at a seafood spot. I'm eating the same thing and so I have to force myself to open up my interest when it comes to food. But you know what I figured out about my life? I was the same way when it came to my life. I thought, like, when it came to dating, right? I don't think my wife is watching right now. But get this, y'all. In my brain, I thought it was only one way I was going to get married. One type of woman I was going to marry. You could have not told me I would have married a woman with kids. You know why? Because I was a meat and potatoes guy. My interest was concrete. It's got to be this way. And God has had to break up that cement in my brain to go, Chris, I have bigger plans for you than this small-minded, narrow way of thinking that you currently operate in. And he's constantly having to break up that ground on me, right? Because I want to get comfortable once something starts working for me. And he's like, no, dude, that's not life. There's no version of anybody that God has worked with that has had it always comfortable. It's impossible, right? So here I am thinking, oh, well, she gonna be this, she gonna be that, she gonna be that. I'm telling y'all right now, I wrote about this in a post months back. God has shown me more and given me 10 times more in my blended family right now and marrying a woman with children than I would have ever thought I would have got any other time. I'm telling y'all right now, God blew my mind. Because I didn't realize I had that kind of capacity. I talked about that earlier, right, with your insecurities and why I believe you are worth more, right? You deserve more right now than what you're actually allowing yourself to experience. And if you want 22 to be more, you got to believe that. But you got to know, like, you worth more. You have capacity for more. And it's okay if capacity gets tight and struggles. That means you're trying to do all that you're supposed to get done. So I want you to open up your interest. If you're going to open up your eyes, the third eye is interest. You got to open up your interest. You got to be willing to try more than the same thing at the same restaurants all the time when it comes to food, right? But I'm saying with your life. I told you yesterday a personal truth of mine that I used to only ride in Ubers and only pick Uber X. Because I had this limiting belief that I wasn't supposed to, ride on the higher tier. I wasn't supposed to pick Premier. That costs too much. Are you serious? Do you realize you are a human being living on the planet? You deserve to ride in whatever you want to ride in. You deserve everything that you are supposed to have right now. And more, by the way. Start taking a step towards it and let's see. But you got to open up your interest. You have to. If you want 2022 to be better than 2021, by the way, let me say this. If your life was just 10% better by this time next year, I guarantee you it would be worth it. See, some of us want everything right now. I know people with money, if their money grew by an extra 10% in 1 year, they're doing better than 90% of people on the planet. Hey, did you know that as employees, there are 7 big mistakes that we are all making before getting fired, downsized, or laid off? And I wanted to share those with you and teach you how to level up in your career. You can get that by going to www.twac.live/7 mistakes. You and I have been making some egregious mistakes when it comes to our career, and we got to stop making them. I want to provide you with this context, things that I have learned throughout my career that are going to help you. So go to the website, twac.live/7 mistakes, put in your name and email address, and download this free PDF that'll teach you of things that you and I can stop doing and start leveling up our career. Back to the episode. From a monetary standpoint. If they found a way to grow their money by 10%, if you were just 10% better than you were this time next year, your life would be different. If you read 10% more books than you did last year, if you worked out 10% more, if you put your money in 10% different types of vehicles, if you worked 10% more better effort in your side business or your actual business, if you did 10% better at your job, if you just said, I'm going to focus on by the time I finish 22 and get to this date in December of 22, Guess what? Guess what? I'm 10% better all around. Do you realize how different? If you invited yourself to meet 10% more people and were intentional about that this time next year, this time next year than this year, you're 10% better of a human being. If you took 10% more trips, if you took 10% more effort in being in your kid's life, if you took 10% effort in saying, I'm sorry, if you put 10%, my point is 10% better? Oh my God. You're a much better person. I'm just saying, y'all. So you got to open up your interest. All right. So I said, I want you to open up your eyes this year. What did I talk about? Your insecurities, your intentions, and your interests. I need you to open up your eyes, your intentions, your insecurities, and your interests. You got to open them up. You got to start getting behind the curtain. If you want 2022, listen, I don't know everybody's situation, right? I know what mine are. I know what I deal with as a man. I know what I struggle with. I know the areas that are difficult for me. I know the dark corners that I'm in the executive boardroom with God trying to deal with. I do know this. If I'm going to be more of value to my wife, Chris got to get better. If I'm going to be of more value to my children, I got to open up my eyes. I got to open up my eyes to my insecurities. I got to open up my eyes to my interest. And I got to open up my eyes to intention. If I'm going to be better when it comes to money, I got to do something different. By the way, when I say do something different, I do not want you and I to think different means I'm doing bad right now. No, life could be okay right now for you, but you deserve more. You know how I know everybody deserves more? Because you and I could be standing right next to a billionaire and they got the same 24 hours, same opportunities. They have the same piece of technology. By the way, I'm sorry, doesn't everybody have a cell phone? Isn't everybody walking around with the world's latest technology? Doesn't everybody have a camera that if they were into video and everything else, they could just start right now? Don't a lot of people run a business from their phone? Hasn't the world changed a bit to make it to where whatever you want to do in life, there's no version of lack. It's what limiting beliefs you have up here that you're not willing to deal with. It's not that we don't have. That's the one thing I want. I want somebody to put in the chat, I'm lacking nothing, but I got to deal with my limiting beliefs. Because so when I say open up your eyes, your intentions, your insecurities, and your interests, you're not lacking anything. There's no person that can tell me, if you woke up in your right mind today, that if there's anything you wanted to start doing right now, that you're lacking something in order to be able to do it. No, you're not. You want to start a YouTube channel? You got a phone. You have a camera. Go shoot a video. You want to be a model. You want to be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer. You want to build a great business. You want to build a side business along with your regular business. Let me tell you something right now. There is absolutely nothing that any of us are lacking. We live in the most technologically advanced moment of human history. You got a big message you want to get out there? Y'all are watching me right now, or you're going to be listening to this later on my podcast through a device that somebody had the wherewithal to create. That means that my message can go across the world. And by the way, can live on Facebook for decades. It could be 50 years later and somebody can hear this message. Do you realize how powerful of a time we live in? We're not lacking anything, y'all. So when I say open up your eyes, open up your insecurities, open up your intentions, open up your interests, I am telling you that 2022 is available for you to have everything you want right now. Stop telling yourself I gotta wait, because you don't. You know what waiting does? Waiting gives you an excuse not to do. Somebody put that in the chat. Waiting gives me an excuse not to do. Somebody put that in the chat. Waiting gives me an excuse to not do. It's true. Think about it. When we say I'm going to wait till Monday, I mentioned this yesterday on the live, right? I'm going to wait till Monday. I'm going to wait till January. I'm going to wait until I got this thing done. I'm going to wait until... What are you waiting on? No, it just gives us an excuse not to do. And by not doing, we put ourselves in a position to never have to hope, to never have to dream, and by the way, to never have to fail. I am not sitting here telling you you're not going to fail, but I know a lot of people that have failed their way to success. They got to success and they're bloody, they're beaten, they're bruised. Do you know right now there are people, listen, I know some people personally, they are doing very well in life. But by the time they reach their level of success, whatever it is for them, they've had to go through a little bit of counseling to kind of help them write their brain around what it took for them to get there. And you know what? If I asked them right now, was it worth it? I guarantee you every one of them would tell me, yeah, because I just changed my family's trajectory. I changed the financial picture of my family. I don't know a dad, I don't know a father, I don't know a man on the planet that wouldn't do whatever he had to do, that if he had an inkling of a shot of changing his life in 2022, he wouldn't take it. Would you like to be able to know exactly what you need to do to scale and grow faster your side business? Well, look no further. You should jump into right now the Side Business Challenge. That's right. The Side Business Challenge is where it's at. I'm actually helping you as a corporate professional build and scale your side business faster, because that's the name of the game. I know you've been looking for a place to, how do I take what I'm doing and actually make it work to be creating a real revenue generating business? Well, join thesidebusinesschallenge.com. You do not want to miss it, because when you jump in, it's 5 days, 1 hour where I am helping you build a successful side business. I'm Chris Williams. I built my first successful side business to over 6 figures, and I've helped countless people do the same. And now I've got a challenge just for you. You know you've been wanting to build it. You know you want to make it for real, and you want to make it something legitimate that at least, what if all it did was pay all of your household bills? Could you imagine being able to go to work every day and all of your household bills are paid without leveraging your job money? Oh yeah, I can teach you that. And inside of the Side Business Challenge, I'm showing you how to level up inside of your career so that you show up in a big way. Yes, having that side business will teach you so much more than just money. Jump into thesidebusinesschallenge.com. I look forward to seeing you there.